I'd much rather be giving a program to kids than being interviewed. So the purpose of interpretation is to get people to care about the resources and to care about protecting them. We want them to feel like a relationship to nature and to try to make it their own, to incorporate that into our interpretive programs.
Especially with the the up-and-coming generation, the evolution that, technology has taken over, and being outdoors, in my eyes, have kind of dwindled over time. And, the aspect of the camping, and just having your time with your family and just spending time on the lake.
Getting outside makes you healthier, and honestly, it improves your emotional stability. It makes you a happier person. With the younger age groups, it innovates more of their. They've done a lot of studies, and it really cultivates their imagination.
I think it just draws everyone together as a whole, especially as a family.
Getting outside makes you healthier, and honestly, it improves your emotional stability. It makes you a happier person. With the younger age groups, it innovates more of their. They've done a lot of studies, and it really cultivates their imagination. If they get outdoors, they're not just glued to a screen. It helps their eyesight, because their eyesight's getting ruined by being glued to a screen. Our goal is not just education, but it's to get them to feel, to evoke an emotion so that they want to come out and do this. We tell them why. We don't just tell them the facts and figures. We tell them why. It's more of a hands-on approach. We do demonstrations. We let them actually do some of the stuff in our program so they have a hands-on knowledge of whatever we're talking about. We use a lot of activities during our program, so it's more fun. It's not just teaching them the facts and figures of something. Their favorite would probably be the snakes and the reptiles. Anything that's hands-on, any animals that we take. The backyard critters programs are very popular. The kids just love that. They come to life. Now, we do incorporate safety into all of those programs, whether it's safety with the snakes and we always incorporate boating and water safety in those programs, but that's their favorite. I had one little girl one time after I had done a snake program, and it was on a field trip, and she came up and hugged me and said this has been the best day of her life. It was the first time she had ever been on a field trip outdoors, and she was a little girl from one of our inner city schools, and she just said she never had an opportunity because her dad had passed away. We also do nature hikes out at the lake. We have field trips come out to our lake to do the nature hikes. When the field trips come out, we do kind of round robin style for programs. So the kids will go from one station to another. They may have a snake program at one station. They go and do their nature hike at another station, have boating and water safety at another station, and then maybe have a fishing program at another station. So they rotate through.
And when you do one day of interpretive programs at say Lake Hamilton, 3rd grade, and you do a round robin water safety, and you keep doing the same program over and over again to different groups of kids, you kind of get a niche for it, and then you can learn to work with them even more and teach them even better as the time progresses on.
So we give programs on boating and water safety. We want everyone that comes out to our lake to go home safe to their families, because the worst thing that we can do out here is work an accident or a drowning. So we want everyone to be safe. So every one of our programs, we incorporate the boating and water safety message, whether it's a school program or a community event. Well, in my past, what made me want to be bitten by the water safety and boating safety bug is I almost drowned back when I was in college. It was before this job, and that really struck a nerve with me. I was a good swimmer. I had trained to be a lifeguard, and I still almost drowned in the Caddo River one time because I was doing something stupid. I wasn't wearing a life jacket, and I was trying to be cool and be one of the other teenagers that I was with. So I had to be pulled out, and that scared me enough to want to not have that happen to anyone else. So boating and water safety is really my passion, even more so than the snakes and the reptiles. Boating and water safety is right up there.
I would think that it would detrimentally affected the way that she perceives, the children, and I think that, in my opinion, I believe she really wants to make a difference. There's no doubt about it. She does a great job with the kids, and she loves them. And
I just have a passion for kids, so I love going and doing the kids programs. That's my favorite thing to do. Now, I think equally as important is going and talking to the adults and talking to the upper level students, because they are the ones that we see more of the accidents out here. So as far as boating and water safety, it's very important to target the older generation as well as the younger. But if it's something that I really like, it's going to be school programs. I love doing snake programs. I love doing reptile programs. I love doing water safety programs to the kids because they're just enthused, and that's just kind of infectious. I love doing that. Special needs, we do a program. In fact, we missed last year, just things happened, but we contact First Step schools and we get their kids out, children with disabilities out, and they do a fishing derby each year. We'll partner with Game and Fish. They stock a bunch of catfish in one of it's usually a netted off cove on Lake Washita. Crystal Springs is the last place we did one. They dump a lot of catfish. The kids get to come out. We give them programs during the day. We have Bobber, our mascot, Bobber the water safety dog, out to talk with the kids and visit with the kids. Then they get to fish and catch these huge catfish.
We do a mobility impaired deer hunt every year in November that I host, and a lot of our other employees assist, and we get some volunteers as well. And we try to get 5 hunters each year. Last year was very successful. We were able to harvest 150-inch class buck, which was a very good buck. And
we've had people work here with disabilities, so that just because you have a disability, it's not always a disadvantage. I've seen some really, really enthusiastic kids that are even more enthusiastic than the adults when we give programs, and they appreciate us being there more than the other kids, more than the adults. So we try to foster our programs and take extra special time with those with disabilities.
Great time and very enjoyable at the same time, and to see just the looks on their faces as they get to come out and not experience something that the average person gets to experience in outdoors every day.
Some of them never caught a fish in their life, and the looks on their faces just makes it all worthwhile.